The facts matter.
Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It's October 21st, 2020, and once again, happy Wednesday to everyone. The video that you are currently looking at is a video of Rise of the Moors and Jamal Latimer, who happens to be the leader of this particular group. They were out doing a drill, and his wife has taken this video. Within this video, there are several instances where you'll see cars drive by, and she claims they're giving a thumbs up and smiling at them, and that they've been told that they feel very secure with Rise of the Moors doing these types of drills and walking around armed to the hilt. I find that to be very interesting, but if that's the case, it's actually very sad. There are some very strict laws in Rhode Island, in the Rhode Island Constitution, specifically, and what our Second Amendment states, that are stating that what they are doing is actually highly illegal. Perhaps Rise of the Moors is not aware of this, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm making sure that they know what the laws actually are. You can pick up the phone and call the sheriff's department or the police department all you want to, but the truth is, unless the state requests your assistance, or unless the federal government requests your assistance in this manner, this particular type of activity is highly illegal. This is something everyone needs to be aware of, as these people have threatened to go to many, if not all, neighborhoods and do these types of drills in the, well, we'll say that the plan is there might be some sort of unrest they need to deal with. They've also talked about taking homes from people, so on and so forth. So, let's take a look at the real law. So here's some information from the Institute for Constitutional Advocacy and Protection from Georgetown Law. And this is a fact sheet that was drafted for citizens to have available to them with regards to unlawful military actions in the state of Rhode Island. As we know, that is where Jamal and Rise of the Moors are doing their drills. So it gives you information with regards to federal and state laws, generally using the term MILITIA, YouTube does not like that term, to refer to all able-bodied residents between certain ages who may be called forth by the government to defend the United States or an individual state, see 10 U.S.C. 246. When not called forth, they are sometimes referred to as unorganized, a group of people who consider themselves part of the able-bodied residents referred to as members of the, we'll say, military style under state or federal law, is not legally permitted to activate itself for duty. A private military type of organization like this that attempts to activate itself for duty outside of the authority of the state or federal government is illegal. Groups of armed individuals that engage in paramilitary activity or law enforcement functions without being called forth by the governor or the federal government and without reporting to any government authority are acting as unauthorized. They sometimes train together and respond to events using firearms and other techniques such as staking out tactical positions and operating in military-style formations. They often purport to have authority to engage in military and law enforcement functions, such as protecting property and engaging in crowd control. These groups often engage in behaviors that show their intent to act as a private military, such as wearing military-style uniforms, tactical gear, or identifying insignias, wielding arms and other weapons, and operating within a coordinated command structure. Other factors such as statements by leaders or members, efforts to direct the actions of others also may suggest that a group is acting as a private military. Groups of armed individuals may engage in unauthorized military activity, even if they do not consider themselves to be members of the paramilitary organization. All right, let's go a little further with this because there's some things that a lot of people are not aware of. Number one, does the Second Amendment protect these private quote-unquote militaries? No, it doesn't. In fact, the Supreme Court decided in 1886 and repeated it again in 2008 that the Second Amendment does not provide the prohibition of private paramilitary organizations. Is it legal to act as a private military in Rhode Island? No, it is not. As a matter of fact, in all 50 states, they prohibit private unauthorized military units from engaging in activities reserved for the state, including law enforcement activities. Some, including Rhode Island, also prohibit paramilitary activities during or in furtherance of civil disorder. Rhode Island's laws are described below. And I'm going to link this to the description of this video so everybody can read it. There's also a little section here with what should I do if I see groups like this that are armed near a polling place or voter registration drive, for example. And that is just an example, because just like with this scenario, you are going to see things like this, chances are, more and more. And it's important that you have an idea of what you can do and how you can take a look at them to determine what it is that they are actually up to. Most people believe that it is lawful for them to be gathering in groups and practicing these types of drills. And in reality, it's not. Sadly, due to the fact that Jamal picked up the phone and called his local sheriff and police department, he believes that he's within his rights to do this. But the truth is that the state did not give him permission to do it. And so therefore, even though the sheriff may not be aware of the fact that he doesn't have the right to do this because there is a specific constitutional Rhode Island law against it, he's not within his rights to actually be doing this if he's not called upon by the state or federal government specifically to be doing these things. So no matter what, this is unlawful activity, especially when you have arms attached to it, and you are dressed in this type of attire. As you can see, the law is very specific with regards to this type of activity. This particular video is just a short snippet of what the drill looked like in the open field that cars were driving by and viewing. Once again, this type of behavior and this type of activity, for the purpose that they have very openly claimed, is highly illegal. What's up, everybody? Keep your eyes open. Things are about to get real funky.